Hello everyone. Oh,
Hi,
it's Hifrok, and
Cursive Chords.
and we're welcoming you to our top 8 core tournament at BABSCon.
We had our Swiss rounds yesterday afternoon. Saw a lot of really interesting core decks on display, and now we've got just the top ones squaring off for the big prize this morning.
For the first round, we're having Grandpa's against Rainbow Shine.
He goes by many names, but yes, Rainbow Shine's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I also know him as loudly hissing all the time.
Yeah, that's correct as well. So for anyone who missed the Swiss rounds yesterday, Grandpa's is playing a, so far as I'm aware, brand new. Well, I mean, it was brand new yesterday. I suppose it's a day old now. Farming deck, which was worked up very recently.
Yep, and Arakat is essentially playing BRB.
Yeah, that's true. Apologies for anyone who is hearing the stream and realizing that we don't have sound. We do have a small technical issue from the floor, which we're hoping to get worked out soon. But for now, it's just going to be visuals, and we'll just have to work hard to see what's going on.
Yep. I kinda missed who is going first.
Well, based on, yeah, it looks like they're just waiting for the official start of round time now.
Yep.
But yeah, I didn't see who was going first either.
Well, maybe we'll get sound fixed by then. Hopefully.
I did actually just want to make a quick comment. Last night, I was when I was going to bed, I was really thinking about this deck that Grandpa's is. I'm just gonna send you a little something in Slack here. I went back into the archives and dug up an old Applejack farming deck from Gen Con last year. Because one thing that I remembered was that everyone had said when core was coming in that farming was going to have to change dramatically to work again. And the thing that really struck me about Grandpa's deck is that it's not really functionally that different from the way farming used to work.
Yeah. Oh, I guess they're starting now, and
okay,
there's the quite regular start for a farming deck. Also, I want to say it now. After you left, the Scuttle deck lost in the 30 seconds or something. He was 180 short from winning the game.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm sad I missed it. I'll have to look it up in the VODs later. Which is a great time to say that if you missed the Swiss rounds yesterday and want to take a look at them, they are going. I don't believe they're on YouTube yet, but they are, of course, in the Twitch archives.
Yeah, after this stream, you can just go on Twitch and watch them. They're there. Okay, so quite a standard start, I would say. Chrysalis and what's your name? Starlight?
Starlight, yeah. Standard, except for the fact that Grandpa's didn't win the face-off.
Yeah,
that was
Ara flipped Rest in Pieces, which is 5-power, I believe.
Indeed, yeah. That's well above his usual flips in that deck.
Yeah, but that sets back Grandpa's a little bit. Like, if he'd defeat Chrysalis now, he'd be quite ahead now.
Hmm. So looking at BRB, um, if our cat wants to really slow down Grandpa's early, he has he has a little bit of movement in like Princess Twilight. He has his problem replacement and bait and switch. He has his list includes the Discord Wrathfuls as well. So he
There's
has some
also
answers.
always there's also Zikora. I think
Ah,
he
that is
actually
correct.
has it
Yeah.
in his hand. Okay, I believe he flipped Rainbow Shine, I think was it. And Grandpa is quite unlucky with the flips.
Hmm. Well, he flipped Moondancer first, which was appreciated on his part.
Yep, but Grandpa's had Singing Barrel, which isn't much. Isn't
Okay,
highly
Dream
flip.
Seized. He's probably going to get Sakura right away with
Yeah.
that.
Yep. No more Zikora. He still has Twilight though. If he gets something like motivational speech, he'll be able to use Twilight, or he can just portal her. Yeah, but for now, Aura can feel like pretty safe because AJ is at home now because Grandpa's played Dream Seized.
Mm-hmm. He has a turn to kind of hopefully develop his own position to some degree.
And he has quite a lot of AT to work with because he wasn't doing anything since the start of the game.
Yeah. So would you say perhaps? Uh, okay. He's putting his old hand out so Grandpa's can write it down, I think. Yeah. So perhaps flip Skystar and put some stuff up to Starlight, perhaps? Or what would you say? No, he
Maybe.
just passes.
Well, he can allow himself to do that. Like, there isn't much that Gunpowder can do now. He can confront searching high and low, but he is going for.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he needs that 180 for something like barrel through. I'm not sure if he has it in his hand, but he might have. Harakat has Discord, that means he can play Twilight and Rainbow Shine, and then I'm not sure if he can actually put Discord somehow on top of his deck, but if he could, he can just portal Twilight and move AJ back home.
Mm-hmm.
He might also play cover to cover for prepared. Oh, he decided to just play Discord, which works too. And he played cover to cover, so he went.
And he probably sets himself up for trying at least to defeat Chrysalis next turn. He's got he's got 6 there?
Yeah, I think so.
6 might be a little less, like, Grandpa's flip average is very high, so 6 probably isn't enough to take on Chrysalis.
Oh, he has only 380. If he had 480, he could have played Tempest and Grabber just to win the Troublemaker.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's deciding if he's going for it. I see bait and switch in his hand.
No, he passes.
Yep.
But he is looking at...
Yeah, he needed that one pink. Well, Berry Punch and Orange Swirl is not very useful in this matchup, so he can just play it for pink.
Yeah, makes sense. The Caught Off Guard coming in instead. That is probably going to be a problem for our Arcan's deck. Opposing characters here with 2 or less minute power can't contribute to face-offs. That means Aura is not really going to be fighting any troublemakers on that problem.
He might just replace it again, though.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I don't think he actually has now any portals on or party clashers, but I don't remember if BRB runs Nupcakes, but if it runs, he can also Nupcake his own Discord. That's also an option.
I don't see a Napcakes in this list that Aura has. And unfortunately, Grandpa's does. I don't believe I saw any other more troublemakers in his hand.
Yeah. Well, he got pretty shut down by Aura here, by not flipping enough at the start and having Aura flipped Moon Dancer.
Well, that looked like something, though, possibly. Yeah, there it is. I believe I saw a little shine on that, so that might have been a Chrono Trigger.
Might be. Yeah, unfortunately he doesn't have enough to confront Searching High and Low because of the eccentric.
Aura, of course, is considering whether or not that is actually a villain. He chooses to fight inequality. Probably a good idea. Gives him a free move away.
Yeah, but he also fleet belly flop. Which might be not so useful here, because Grandpa's doesn't actually run rescue parties or anything like that.
I see the Aura has picked up another what would I say? Zakora in his hand, which might prove very useful. Unfortunately, he probably can't play it to this problem right now on the assumption that that is actually a villain.
Yeah, I think he's considering it. Okay, he decides to move a J away instead.
That works.
Can't quite see Grandpa's hand here.
Yeah, he's holding it a little steep, but I don't. I mean, I can tell just by the colors of the cards. I think that I don't see any more troublemakers in there. So
Yeah, doesn't seem like it.
oh, it was a Storm King. Okay. Well, that's actually problematic for Grandpa's because he's going to have to pay a lot to get AJ up there.
If Arakat manages to move AJ to Storm King and then play Zikora there, it might be not so shineful for Grandpa's, because he won't be able to move away. But well, he can just challenge Storm King and send AJ home.
Yeah, and I assume that Aura has no way to actually move AJ to Storm King since Grandpa's would just decline to pay the extra 2.
Well, he has cover to cover. think he has 2 more Rainbow Shines.
I imagine he might be thinking about his Luna's future here as a banish, banish Baiden's Wish till end of turn to replace a problem.
Yeah, that works. I wonder why didn't he use Rainbow Shine for cost reduction?
That's a fair idea, actually. You might have just forgotten about that.
Unless he wants to play something on Ground Pause this turn, I suppose. Yeah, he exhausted here now.
Okay, Trixie over there. Grandpa's is relatively straightforward action. Now, I'd imagine the Grandpa's is simply trying to run Aura out of answers, basically. He will eventually have to let Grandpa's take a face off.
When you put the stuff with Meticulous on the bottom of your deck.
I can tell he finds it ridiculous right now. He's just thinking about it, but it is probably the right play.
Yep. There's Selena Blue, which might help him
Selena,
get out.
I mean, I'd imagine he would use that to make sure that he flips probably his Tempest and Grubbers, because they're not particularly useful to him at the moment.
Yeah, that's true, and I don't think they're going to be particularly useful soon either. I mean, what does Grandpaus have? He has, well, he has quite a lot of, like, friends, but there's tons of ways BRB can deal with friends. Besides Tempest and Grabber, and Tempest and Grabber are good for high flip, so he can just dispose them on that.
Ara should be aware, though, that Grandpa's does have a couple of board clears in his deck. The 2 Captain Jacks and the 2 Party Hard main 6s. So,
yeah, but he can't play main 6 until he wins at least one face-off with AJ.
That's true. Because, and I suppose, well, yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way he's getting 4 pink without AJ having more than 4 power.
Yeah, and in either case, Ara would see that Grandpa's is saving his AT and would assume that something was coming. Ara chooses to go with the normal flip, or wait, no, okay, now he's going to set up his flip for the face-off.
Stuff can be quite useful here. And I also see a portal. Portal might be very helpful here too. I mean, later on when he has to move his AJ away, he can use Portal on Twilight.
Okay. 3 and 6 is 9. 5 and 11. I believe Grandpa's is losing this right now.
By 1, I suppose?
By 2, oh, no.
Well,
yes, by 1.
Both Trixies, so, like, we can count them out. It's just a J versus Tempest.
Yep.
Okay, there's the staff.
I imagine Grandpa's uses that right away. What does he hit? Selena? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and the J gets her first counters.
That's going to help Grandpa's out a lot.
Yeah.
Essentially, Ara has no chance of actually winning these face-offs now. You can only keep AJ away from problems or get rid of that staff. Still at 0 points each, by the way. No one.
Yeah, it's been quite a while and no points have been scored. No one has been able to confront anything or defeat anything.
Ara does have, what is it, 2, 4, 6, 7 against Storm King there. So he has a. It looks like he's thinking about challenging it.
Yeah, and he if he loses, it's not a big deal. He can just move away something like Berry Punch and Dodge Swirl. Doesn't matter much. Oh, there's main 6.
Ara's thinking about his portal here. I think.
Yeah. Or Tempest and Grabber. I think it's better to not waste portal now and play Tempest and Grabber instead. If he's going to do
Tempest
something.
and Grubber would tie. No, Tempest and Grubber would put him ahead, I believe.
Yeah, but portal isn't going to do much. Yeah, he's going for Tempest and Grabber. Okay, our first 2 points.
Funnily enough, from Ara winning a face-off against a troublemaker. Who'd have thought?
Yeah. I believe Ara is farming now.
And he is going to get another point here, presumably. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Quite straightforward way from Grandpa's to...
Yep. Gets himself more diligent counters.
Yeah, and there's going to be a single face-off at the problem now. Or not. Ara counters it with a portal. Okay. Yeah, we've never actually seen Pink make any appearance in his deck.
Yeah, that's something that's sort of that I was thinking about last night. And again, it's like Pink is there, but I've never seen him play it. It plays essentially like a mono orange farming deck. I mean,
but
perhaps
BRB is the kind of deck you play Pink here against. But well, I suppose there's only 2 main 6 in his deck, and we saw one flipped. I don't think he has one in his deck. I mean, hand.
Yeah. And there's his future for the stick. Applejack is still 7 power even without it, so perfectly capable of dealing with any troublemaker that he happens to find, happens to get access to, basically. Yeah,
Yes, but...
Ara gets... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but Ara has still have quite some tools to dealing with Grandpa's. He still has Zikora. He has Moondancer.
I imagine he might rally Selena Blue here, perhaps, given that she can't be frightened anymore.
Yeah, that might be useful. Given that he has only 2 AT and he can't do much else here. Yep, he's going for it.
So that will be another point for him, and a little bit of insurance against any face-offs Grandpa's wants to start.
Okay, at the start of Grand Pause's turn, he uses both Selena Blue and Rainbow Shine. Not actually sure what he put there.
I didn't quite see it myself either. And Paul's just puts out a Desert Road. That's fair play.
Yep, and given that we saw Rest in Pieces flipped, Arakat might get run out of resource removal soon. We saw 2 Luna's Future used. And Rest in Pieces flipped, so he has only 1 Luna's Future. So to be fair, with Selena Blue he can dig through his deck quite quickly for the flipped cards.
So Selena and that one meticulous on the start of his turn.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Rest in Pieces makes it really hard to deal with Grand Mouse now. He can't do tricks with portals to move away AJ.
He does put down that Sakura to that problem. So unless Grand Pause has a villain to play to Searching High and Low, he's not going to be able to farm anything there.
And another point for Arakat.
And indeed, he is digging through his deck. At this point, he's in a pretty good spot with his confront each turn. He just needs to have the answers every time Grand Pause does this, basically.
Yeah, I suppose there's no stopping for... I think Grand Pause is going to defeat Trixie next turn. There isn't much Arakat can do here unless he banishes a Desert Road. He can't replace the problem, he can't move away J, and he can't move Zikora there because there's Trixie.
The only thing that he can do, I believe he still has a staff in hand, so he can guarantee he flips a 7 if nothing else. Actually, he can, with that Moondancer in hand, he could flip a 10 if he wanted to. Yeah.
But Grandpa's might have some barrel fruits in his hand, just in case.
Was that Luna's Future that I see?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there it is.
It is in fact Luna's Future.
Well, at least that's all 3 of them gone now. So.
Yep, there's only Rest in Pieces left, and it's somewhere on the bottom of the deck.
And that will be Party Crasher for Bait and Switch. Yep.
Hope if Grandpaus has another stuff in his hand, he can play it and frighten Party Clasher, and Bait and Switch will be gone forever. And I don't think Arakat can deal with the staff anytime soon.
Well, I imagine he'll be retiring Party Clasher at the start of the Troublemaker phase to replace that problem.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, not sure actually what that face down troublemaker is.
That is the other question.
Yeah, but
If that's a Chrono Trigger or, well, essentially just Chrono Trigger then.
well, it can also be Trixie, I suppose.
Yeah, actually, that's a possibility too. Well,
Okay.
R takes his point.
He's at 6 now.
Yeah, he's actually going to do that during the ready phase, which is probably correct.
Is he going to replace his problem? Like, he can
That's
allow
the interesting
Grandpa's...
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saving all his friend might be more worth it, but he decides to send Grandpa's back instead.
Perhaps banking that is like a chrysalis, perhaps, instead of a villain.
Or it might be Mimics, who knows? Like, Grandpa's has only 6 villains in his deck.
It's true. It was a Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, it was
okay.
Chrono Trigger.
And that is another desert road down for Grandpa's as well. And we know, of course, that Arad does not have any resource removal left.
And I believe Grandpa's knows that too.
Breaking news, by the way, from the rest of the bracket. Our other quarterfinal match of Bugle versus Sonic Scroll. Bugle won that. So he'll be moving on to the semis.
Okay. It's cool that Sonat made it into top 8. Her deck is quite interesting.
Indeed, yeah. Might see...
Remember what Kevin? I think it was Kevin said to her, like, she had to win 3 games. I guess she won them all.
Yeah, I guess so. So, Ara is thinking, of course, about which friends he absolutely needs. Tricky to say, of course, given that Desert Road is in play.
Yep. Well, Salina Blue might help.
Selena and Zakor would be the only ones that do things that are really helpful for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Zikoro is the right choice here. He might also unfrighten someone else, which is probably Selena. Yeah. He might also go for defeating Chrono Trigger himself.
It's possible. He's got 5 power there right now.
Yeah, and well, he can wait quite some turns because, while Grandpa's doesn't have a staff, he can't really get rid of Zikora. I guess only like foot fight and main 6 party hard.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we're in an interesting situation. Ara has to consider the possibility that Chrono Trigger might actually get her 20 cards and go off.
Mm-hmm. Well,
which would probably work out better for Grandpa's than it would for him.
well, I think we'll hit the time limit by then. Because
quite possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Like 20 cards is 10 turns, I believe.
Well, she gets 4 each turn.
Oh, right.
2 off of each.
So it's 5 turns. Still pretty long. There's second card to cover.
Did they forget about Chrono Trigger? Okay, it would appear they did. Everyone always forgets about Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they're just looking through the banished cards very carefully.
No, that was Aura using Selena.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, well, they've definitely fully forgotten. And okay, yeah, well, at least Grandpa's figured that one out right away.
Yeah. He also made some road moving there. Okay, Putty Clasher, and I think this Putty Hard. Can't quite see.
Yeah, I think so. Plays a
And
barrel through with a Captain Jack.
Yeah. Well, that's one less Captain Jack to worry about for Arakat. And I believe Grandpa's gets his first 2 points.
Yeah, I think Grandpa's just realized the problem.
Oh, are they trying to rewind it now?
Yeah, they're gonna give it a crack.
Well.
Okay, appears they've found a way to resolve it to some degree.
He still won her, right?
Yes. I said before the stream that I was going to keep track of the number of unicorn tokens we saw on stream. I may have to keep track of the number of times people forget about Chrono Trigger instead.
And well, bunch of other things too. Like, remember Desert Road?
Yeah.
In this case, it's not like no one forgets about Desert Road because it's BRB. Nothing to forget about, really.
Yeah. So Grandpa's did confront the problem, so he's up to 3 now. Points, that is. And it looks like Aura actually won the face-off as well, since I don't think AJ got her diligent triggers.
Was that a double face-off?
No, just a single over searching high and low.
Oh, yeah. Then it's 0 points. But then I kinda missed, was under lock and tree there for a while? Grandpa's problem.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
I think that's his. I think that's his starter. Yeah.
No, he didn't start with it because Eric at least replaced a couple of times.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Let me take a quick look at this deck here. He does have 2 of them, so I imagine they must have replaced into it.
Rocket has a lot of AT to deal with, but any of his friends don't really do much.
Indeed, yeah. He essentially just needs to find that rest in pieces, which is, or else just run. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Try
he's
to
3 points ahead, so confronting for 1 each turn is a viable strategy. And given that there's no epic troublemakers like face down at the moment.
Thinking about Moon Dancer right now, which would come in handy probably if you wanted to DFO at some point. You would probably play her to Starlight and then use it to beat her next turn.
Yep. He has Selena, so he can bump up her quite a lot.
No, just putting it over here. Alright, cat takes his 1 point. Takes him to 7.
And Grandpa's has 7 AT. We might see main 6 and Party Hard. I can see he's quite handy, yes, but that's a possibility.
He does have enough AT for it, certainly. And that would be a, well, yeah, it would be a pretty devastating blow. Well, it's a devastating blow no matter when it happens. It certainly would be now.
Well, his other option, like if he doesn't have or does have main 6 Party Hard, he can just also run for it. I know he's 4 points ahead, but I think he can still win those face-offs.
Yeah.
Like, he has a very high flip average and his AJ is pretty big.
Ara was just processing. Oh, he pays 5. That's a Captain Jack. Yep.
Well, not as devastating as Party Hard in main 6, but still.
Yep. Keeping Zakora means that Ara probably wins this face-off. It's a little bit tricky, actually.
Yep.
AJ isn't contributing any power, but the flip average. Oh, yeah, it looks like he got it. Or wait, no, that's a Discord.
Well, so he can just not use his chaos effect.
Yeah. Well, may as well. Oh, that's right. That was a double. That's right. Because AJ was confronting over there. The grandfather's got 2 points regardless.
I think he should be up to 5 now, and Arakat up to 8.
That sounds correct, yeah. Yes, 8 points for Arakat's right. More of the... Sorry, yeah, more just kind of updates here. One of our other quarterfinals was Richard Owens versus Rayless, and Rayless was the winner of that.
Okay. Rayless is the one who had Scuttle deck yesterday.
I believe that's correct, yes.
So maybe we'll see it again. Well, I think Grandpaus can outrun Aura. Like, he can do a double face-off here easily.
Yeah.
And that will, like, he'll catch up on points if he does that. But Aura is definitely going for a confront.
Yep, just trying to get as many points as he can here. Takes his 1 to 9.
Uses his Selena Blue.
He's going to make sure that he flips as high as possible. As you say, Grandpa's is almost certainly going to take his own DFO here.
Yeah, he has exactly enough with AT for that. And Zikora isn't a problem because he can move Applejack to other problem and Captain Jack to his problem. I think he still goes for a single face-off.
Yeah, that's fine. In the well, now it's what? That's 3 against 0 for the face-off.
Mm-hmm. Did he just pass turn?
I'm not sure.
Oh, Araka didn't have enough to.
Oh,
face
didn't
off
have enough
here.
to confront. Yes, of course, because he exhausted Selena. Yeah. So now he gets to dictate the face-off on his own terms, and pretty favorable ones at that.
Yeah, I'm not actually entirely sure why Grandpa's didn't like go for a double face-off there. It seemed like a good option for me.
I mean, he could have been assuming that Ara would have another Discord on top of his deck and would flicker AJ home again.
I think Grandpa's just won the face-off.
Yes, he by food fighting
Yeah.
Zikora, he brought Applejack's power into it.
But where did he get pink? For food fight.
Yeah, thinking about that right now.
I don't think he has any. Oh, trading traditions. Yeah, he had trading traditions.
Oh, train traditions. What was that? That's correct. Yes.
Yep, good game. It's ended.
Was that Grandpa's taking the victory, I suppose?
No, he was still below in points, I suppose. Like, Eric has 10 and Grandpa's had 7.
I see.
Hopefully we'll get the sound fixed.
Yeah, but without the sound, I'm actually not entirely sure who just conceded and who just won.
But I mean, I think Grandpa's concede. Like, look at his problem. He can't confront it ever.
Oh yes, yeah. And what would this being an aggro game now? Yeah, that would make sense. He saw that problem come up and just realized it wasn't going to happen.
It also had bonus too, so yeah. I think the stream's kind of stopped for me there, or I'm having some kind of lag.
Oh yes, that happened for me as well.
Maybe they're fixing the sound for us.
Yeah, I would imagine they must be taking it offline too.
Well, stream seems to be kinda back to me, but still no sound.
And yes, I can confirm that's the same for me as well. Well, we got video is okay for us so far, so.
Mm-hmm. So it's one game only happening now, like 2 other games ended. This one ended. Oh, I think they're only having 3 games total happening now. I'm not sure if they went with disqualification there.
Yeah, for those not in the know, there was a decklist issue with Kevin. Kevin's deck. Kevin. Did we even see him on stream yesterday? I'm not sure.
I think we did.
Anyway, yes, there was some discussion, I know, about whether or not he was going to be disqualified or was going to be able to compete. And I never actually heard the resolution on that, but I suppose we'll find out.
Yeah, but it's possible that like one player is having a bye now.
Yeah.
And the stream stopped again, for me at least.
Yes. I would hope that they're just fixing stuff.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Okay,
sound
we
is
have
back
sound.
online.
Awesome.
Yeah, we didn't get to hear all the hissing. Sorry, Ara.
I mean, he's in the semis. We can still plenty of time to hiss still.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I think we're still having error, so we'll hear more hissing right now.
Certainly we will. Ah, yes, this will be Mr. Sokol's deck. Relatively straightforward blue-white aggro, actually, but running Seleno instead of...
Well, I wouldn't call it so straightforward. It has a lot of tools to reflip Selene. He has Captain Woos there, Discord that returns troublemakers from discard pile. He has Troublemaker that turns other Troublemaker down. I don't remember what's it called. I think it's Cerberus.
Cerberus, yes.
Yeah. And he has obviously Tempest. He has Fancy Pants to return Discords back and play even more Tempest. So this might be really interesting. I'm quite excited about his deck.
Mm-hmm. And of course, besides that, he has all the sort of standard...
Yeah, and so like, it's an aggro deck with point acceleration via Selena.
Yeah. And I remember from playing pre-release that when Seleno actually gets sort of to work a few times, it can be pretty annoying from the control player's perspective because there isn't much that you can do about it, honestly. It's just a couple of points every now and then.
Yeah, you can't really stop a Troublemaker from flipping. I mean, there are a couple of cards that can do that, but we usually don't see them. I think I forgot to turn on the sound for the stream. Okay, now the stream can also hear sounds from the con.
Okay. Who wants a stick for me?
I won.
Are you just giving a stick?
Are you just gonna hand somebody a branch?
No. We're on stream, so I'm gonna hold it. Hey, Paul. Have a good flight. I would love a stick.
But outside of the sort of main tricks and Tempest tricks that this deck is running, BRB should be in its element facing off against a deck like this.
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, really, BRB really likes to deny entry, and this deck doesn't really actually use that much white. There's some white cards, but not too many of them. It's mainly a blue deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point.
We have the Wing, Cabernating Limb Actuator, I think it's called.
You can take a second.
We have Fancy Pants, Rarity, and the Vault.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And that's it. Rarity Pirate Pony.
Yes.
And we'll discord Captain Woozes, but they're not require any white song.
Like, that would be a good opening hand, but... I'm not sure.
It's interesting that his deck doesn't have any other entry other than Discord Captain Woos.
Well, he does have Fancy Pants, which can be banished to play Rarity, and the Vote. And actually, it can be banished to play all of his white cards. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Why you
And
go away?
what's interesting, BRB can't really deny this kind of
I
entry.
should present that to you to cut.
Like, there's nothing BRB can do to avoid Fancy Pants
Bye-bye.
banishing.
Yeah. But he can portal his Tempest and Grubbers and say, for example, to get rid of the cards that get played off of Fancy Pants going in. Those Night Gliders, those rarities, anything that gets him more points. It's actually worth pointing out, this deck has a lot of cards that give it points.
Yeah, the vote is also giving points.
You don't
Back
know
Ball
to talk about
Championship.
shells.
Obviously, Ciliano and Tempest,
Scarface confront.
Night Glider, and I think that's it. Might be it.
Rarity as well.
Let me guess.
Oh,
Scores.
right. Yeah.
Do the thing. Flip Seleno. Ah!
Okay, he flips Selena on his first turn.
Oh.
Prince Arrow is going to have 380.
Okay, game 3.
But that's if that Troublemaker was Tempest, then that's probably his perfect opening. Going second with a second chance as well.
Yeah. It's like 4 points on second turn. If he goes ahead and flips Selena right away. Salino. I can't pronounce her. The blue main from Sequestria, of course.
There we go. Yeah.
Front.
Alright.
Bank 3. Pass.
Alright, just takes his point.
Yep, decides to bank.
7.
And it
Would
is
you like to
Tempest.
turn Skystar over and make more shells? I'd like to make more shells, please. Can I make more shells? I need more shells. Okay, fine. Another Troublemaker.
Wow, if that's another Tempest, then
Enter.
that's pretty impressive. But
Yeah.
we know it's either Tempest or Cerberus, which will be another couple of points regardless.
Yeah, and if he has Captain Vazos in his
Replace
hand
my
too.
phone.
Replacing to get rid of Tempest is a good call there.
Yep.
In and out.
So if it's Cerberus, it's not going to do much.
Kind of helpful. What should I do here?
No, you did that right.
And that's really what Ara has to do. He has to, at the very least, force this deck to play like a normal aggro deck. Because that's what BRB is good against.
Do you want to finish that game on the clock?
Move Skystar. Scarface confront.
Yep.
That brings him for 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
5, 6, 7.
I see Heroic Leap there.
It's Cerberus.
Yeah.
And Cerberus.
Would you like to turn Cerberus face down? Oh, it says another. Never mind.
Yeah, I can't.
That's a darn shame.
Yeah, it is.
Another Troublemaker.
And that's what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
The
a good
Tempest
call
had to
for
go away or
Erica
else
to
I'd be
replace
dealing with that again.
that problem.
Wait.
You did already take his draw for the turn.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
I believe I saw another Tempest in his hand. So,
The Tempest got replaced with.
I think that's what I drew, but I'm just gonna.
Yeah, he drew Heroic Leap there.
yes, he has
I
already
saw
drawn
it.
for turn.
Seleno?
Scarface.
Okay.
Do I feel like being cruel here? Yes, I do. Replace.
Faces the problem again.
I did not have the rec for that.
Yeah, I just thought about that. Did he have pink for that?
Trouble with tricks.
Oh, he's playing purple. He didn't have the. He played the portal, which he didn't have the rec for.
Yeah.
I'm going to not spend the 2 that I can't. Yep.
So yeah, that point's good.
Empty long boxes.
Brings him up to 5.
Token.
Yeah, they were in that
Draw
card.
card.
Well, that belly flop is something. I imagine he'll have no problem getting rid of a shell for that Rainbow Dash and Mullet. Although Ara's lack of purple actually is going to be a problem. I mean, he does have a Twilight in hand, but
Twilight is not enough to play a portal. That's like when I was building my portal deck. That's the issue I encountered. If going like with pink main,
Challenge.
most of the cards require free purple, and there's like
Got him.
isn't much good entry for free purple except motivational speech and barrel. Like Discord
Getting
Party
rid of-
Crusher requires free purple. Yeah.
yeah.
Telling them about this little
Yeah,
monstrosity.
I had a fig. Yeah, I was wondering how much you were letting them in on.
No, it's great. I'm like, Sokol has this deck. It's pretty stupid.
That's probably why the door was open.
It's a great deck. I like Sokol's deck. When I saw the listings, I
But
was
no,
like,
you know,
oh,
so
it's
you
a
did
Selene
make
deck.
the right choice. And
Really nice.
I mean, I should have noticed you were banking, probably for that.
I feel kind of chagrined having written an article saying that Slice's Seleno wasn't going to work, but I always appreciate being proven wrong, I guess.
Yeah, well, he made it to top 8.
He made it to top 4.
Yeah, that's also true.
Scoreface?
All right,
Ara just takes his point.
7. That's not a nice number.
No, it's not.
I think that's Spitfire.
Especially what's in your deck.
Spitfire is pretty good for him right now. That's a DFO.
Well, Arrow has belly flop.
It's true, he does. He'd probably use that. Would he use that to take the single face off and get rid of Mullet and Rainbow Dash down at the bottom there?
Oh, bang.
Might be.
So just takes his AT as well, though.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Arrow has a lot of AT now.
Yeah, I know.
Enough to get himself set up into purple, hopefully.
Is Sokol at 6 now? Points?
I like that. That's...
He should be, yeah.
Okay.
I see motivational speech.
Speech would be pretty good.
Motivational speech into purple. That's pay 2 for a Twilight move Seleno home. And let's pay 4 to put these on top of your deck.
Oh, he's
And
going
that's
for a
like-
double face off there.
Confront.
Yeah, clean DFO.
2. Face off.
2 to 6.
Yeah, Moon Dancer.
Oh, Moon Dancer.
No real point in activating that Chaos Figure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Arrow is ahead now on points.
He should be, yeah.
Yeah.
And that is definitely where he wants to be.
I have a home limit problem.
I don't need them. I'm just wondering where they were.
Okay, I no longer have a home limit problem. I got the attack.
You have 2 AT.
Yep. And all kinds of fun things on the field.
And yes, now with
Fun
his
things in hand.
with that Tempest and Grubber on the field, Ara's hand is now a lot more dangerous with that portal in it. No.
Mm-hmm.
I forced out. I will officially.
But he might just use bait and switch. The portal and bait and switch.
But I officially.
Just replace the problem altogether.
That is the result of the match.
No, there's no way.
Where did Michael go?
I see Bugball Championship in Sokol's hand.
I don't know why, but I thought I was going first, so I was like, oh, find it. 'Cause
I'm
like,
bumming your fridge.
Yeah, that'll be.
JK.
He's got. That's Nightmare Knight up at the top. Is that just 4 blue to confront?
Match slip. Here's a pen.
I believe it is.
Alright, fine.
Yeah, it is.
this, I can't.
Or is it like there's one problem that requires 6? blue, and there's one problem with guys 4, and I always confuse them. Okay, there's Bugball Championship.
Like if I was going first, it's fine.
Nightmare Knight is 4 blue. Yeah.
And Bugball Championship is also 4.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Spitfire will be a confront. Alright, does have the AT to portal bait and switch if he wants to.
And he does exactly that.
I have cards until my next thing.
I think the Duggardy is more dangerous right
He might want to replace Bugball Championship to deny that point.
2 motivational speeches, 3 Clorox, 3.
Replace this.
Yep.
And well, those aren't entry.
Point.
1 point to Sokol regardless.
No, not for yellow.
Which brings him up to 7.
It should.
Card.
4AT, the question is, can Ara DFO now? Does he want to DFO?
Maybe? I don't think he can. He doesn't have enough
no,
AT.
actually, the eccentric.
Oh right, he doesn't score a point because there's a centric there.
We're doing this.
Ah, yeah.
We did
Good
that
point.
in the Swiss rounds, didn't we?
I'm being dumb.
Yeah. Oh, well.
have time. Yeah. The big fairly card.
Okay, so that.
Well, I'm glad our suggestions helped you out.
Bait and switch is one nasty card.
Yeah, I don't actually like.
2? Yeah, it's 2.
One?
I paid 2.
I don't like.
No, I meant like I thought there was another one.
But it's 8.
I was maybe thinking of something else. It could have just been the
But
initial
like
play.
with all the other,
He's going to take the single face off by looks of it. Which is probably the good.
No, because there's
Oh, that's
eccentric.
right. The eccentric. Yeah. Jeez. Top 5 things people forget about in this game.
Desert Rod, eccentric,
Scarface?
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger. That's top 3.
Yeah.
you just play 2 O'Brien, I can just pay 1, friends are always there.
So that's a.
I myself often forget about bodyguards too.
Yeah, people do.
My confidence is not particularly high at the moment.
Yeah, I think he has 2 more Cerberus in his hand, but no more Tempests.
Oh, that's a real shame. And no Discords yet either.
Discord might help him, but Arakat might just get rid of it immediately.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. If he plays Discord, it probably gets belly flopped.
The 4 yellow, 3 point.
In fact, I think I see 2 belly flops in Ara's hand, so he has no problems
And
with
2
that.
AT. Well, he'll have to retire one of the useful friends, but I think Twilight is not so useful anymore.
You're still balancing?
Yeah, there's a noticeable incline.
I personally haven't had a. See, that was the other thing, was actually running ready to fight instead of guilty. Because it's only 6 and 3. And almost all of my
did you
yellow
have in
that's
your-
not entry is also all for
He might just go for a single face off there, and probably play Night Glider or something.
Yeah. Playing Night Glider there for the single is probably a pretty good idea. He's got 4 AT to work with? So,
Yeah, I
will
think
Soleno
so.
play Night Glider?
Yeah, Night Gliders probably will be like belly flopped, but it's still one less belly flop to worry about. Funnily enough, like both Night Glider and Discord kinda give him 2 points. Because with Discord he can return Tempest back to hand and score 2 points.
Yeah. Now, does Aura let him get the confront and then belly flop so he can perhaps win the face-off? Nope, no concern at all.
Seashell for Spitfire, Twilight for Night Glider.
And he doesn't confront. He doesn't confront anymore.
Yep.
What was the seashell doing?
Sitting at home. Okay. Belly flop.
Oh, you double belly flop.
Yeah. Alright, that's it.
Well, 2 less belly flops.
Indeed, yeah. Oh, but that's staff. Well, at the moment, it gets rid of a token.
Okay.
Yeah, not particularly useful.
2 for a stick. 2 for Skystar.
But it does allow him to, yeah,
Do a double face off.
Right.
he shouldn't be. That's, oh, motivational speech. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yep, that works very well for him.
Well,
Ah,
he also
Discord.
gets Discord.
I mean, you may as well flicker Tempest and Cover just to get rid of a token.
I have to do this too.
He might want to flicker bait and switch to replace the frighten problem, so it doesn't frighten anyone.
Ah, that might actually be a pretty good call.
Yep, he does exactly that.
Oh, that's really sad.
Replace my problem. That gets replaced at the end of the problem face-off.
Trading traditions.
Well, that's happy though.
Transitions will give him a way into his white. Secret is actually really good for Ara, though.
Yeah, because I replaced it. Does it?
Appears to be a small issue with whether or not
Yeah.
the problem gets replaced.
Multi-problem face-off. Everything gets replaced.
Wait, what actually happened?
Okay, during the face-off,
So yeah, when a problem gets replaced during the face-off, it's a bit of a tricky situation.
Bounce that.
and this gets replaced because of that. But that we're in a multi-problem face-off.
And it gets replaced. Yeah.
So it should replace everything at the end of the multi-problem face-off, regardless of whether or not it was involved.
Any problems at which problem face-offs were resolved become solved.
Right, but that includes everything. Otherwise, you wouldn't replace dilemmas if you did at the other two.
From a multi-problem face-off at all problems.
I, th-
Are problems treated as the same way that characters are in
I
Fate?
believe that Ara is correct here in his argument.
Yeah, I also believe Aru is correct.
It's just one ally. So,
Although
High five, Soko, you did it again.
it kind of depends when the game checks for problems to be involved in a face-off.
It may not.
Like if the game had set that all the problems were there and then a problem got replaced and then didn't get included in the set,
For the start of a multi-problem.
then it wouldn't get replaced afterwards.
Turn player confronted 2 or more different problems in one score phase. Perform a multi-problem face-off at all problems. This is a type of problem face-off.
It says at all problems.
At all problems.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I would tend to think that means.
Seems like they had some rules questions before.
If that's the case, when you replace a problem that has the highest bonus involved in a problem face-off.
Yeah, that's how that works, isn't it?
No, when you
No,
replace a problem that has the highest bonus involved in a problem face-off, and then no longer end up
But
scoring the bonus.
because that problem no longer exists. I'm saying that all problems is dynamic.
Right, that it's
Just reading some rules text here.
Yes.
And that scoring the highest bonus doesn't look back in time, it looks at the current state.
Right. So this is where you can replace a problem during the problem face-off to get a higher bonus, and then you score that.
right.
Which is how we do it. So it's continuous, it's dynamic.
Yes.
So this is fine.
Okay. Minute 30.
Okay, they finally resolved it.
And it also sounds like close on time as well, which is pretty good for Ara.
Yep. I see it underlined.
Well, Thunderlane is a confront on train traditions.
Why didn't you bring it?
I didn't expect to be this salty.
I had the 2 new people.
I didn't bring mine either.
Playing 3 separate decks. Yeah, do it again.
Yeah, but I believe Sokol got pretty unlucky with the draws, and the
Yeah.
fact that his Tempest went away before she could go face down.
And the other problem
Yeah, I was wondering about.
Yeah, sorry, that's not true. We were demonstrating a thing.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, drawing into those 2 Cerberuses without a Tempest to work with is just really unfortunate.
Yeah, just two dead hands. Two dead cards in hand. I see trashed, I think. Is it trashed there?
We've still got more.
I'm the one who's leaving.
Could be. Trashed would be useful. Well, it's not removing his access to purple right now. I guess you play it on the staff.
We're going to San Francisco on Wednesday.
Okay, yeah, it's good move.
Okay, there goes one of the Cerberus.
That
Who's not going in?
What?
Who's not going in?
I don't start
Does he want to just bluff with it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not. There's no other use for it at the moment.
I'm still surprised that I beat.
Or maybe he wants to like turn them both face up and then turn them back face down.
For like the first part.
Does it work like that?
I've got to leave.
Like, if two Cerberus uncover, then you process their triggers.
Oh, maybe they do actually both just turn face down again.
Okay,
They
he
both
goes
go at the
for-
same time, and then you pick. Yeah, I imagine they would.
Not even gonna actually.
Is that on the job train?
Well, it is a May, so they don't necessarily both go face down, but
Yeah, and I definitely see trashed in his hand. I think he just doesn't want to use it yet.
I have one extra.
I don't really know what it is.
your turn.
Did you get a sign?
Okay, he just passes.
What?
Mhm.
Oh, Kelly?
if you're Ara, you generally assume that one of those, or perhaps, well, probably one of them, is a Tempest.
Yeah, but there's no reason to play more than one Tempest because you can't flip your main right away.
Yeah, he would probably assume one's a Tempest and one's a Cerberus, and he'll process them in the right order to get 2 flips worth.
Yep. There's nothing.
But that is a clean DFO right there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I will score the bonus point. Go up to 2.
Yeah, he might have,
Yeah.
should have played trashed on stuff to stop the double face off.
Under lock 3.
And that is 3 more points to Ara, taking
Yeah.
him to 13.
Oh, entrance exam and concerning QT mark.
Let's see. So the 8.
Oh, that's so close.
Alright, here you go. Back one.
Actually realized that was.
Ara has only 180 though, and he played
Ooh,
both of belly
bad
flops.
Mhm.
I mean, you could turn both of those face down. As dumb as this would be.
I'm much closer to DFOing than I.
It's a May.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I put these in the wrong place, didn't I? I should
Judge.
technically.
Somehow play friends and relatives.
They were played in the wrong place.
You should totally go ahead and turn both of those face down.
Game lost. Anyway.
Dang
I
it!
can do that, can't
Yes, you can do that.
I?
I might recommend not doing that.
I would recommend doing that right now.
I can call him.
That is totally the right answer.
I mean,
So,
it,
yeah.
it can be a right answer if you want to keep them
Okay, so you
there
got some time here.
until you get Tempest.
No, I think he is trying to buy as many turns as he can, because clearly if they just trade DFOs, which Ara is perfectly capable of doing, then Ara wins. So he needs to get a couple of confronts for himself, basically.
But the thing is, he can't do a double face off right now himself because his troublemakers will be gone and it's just wasted 18. And Ara has
Yeah.
bait and switch too.
I can.
I see the vote, I see Backball Championship. And Ara has 180, not much you can do for 180.
Oh, there's Tempest. Man, that is an unfortunate time to draw that.
Found a Tempest.
Hey, there he is. Speak of the devil. Indeed, speak of the devil, you shall appear. Absurd. Speak of the handsome devil. Like, huh?
Is he thinking about Thunderlane, perhaps?
Maybe.
Disguise myself in something I already had.
Clearly a changeling. I know.
One.
So if he turned both of Cerberus
Flip, then.
face down right now,
One what?
he'd be able to like uncover Tempest and uncover Cerberus, and then turn Tempest back down.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's going well.
If he has enough turns to pull that off, that is a 4 points from flipping his main twice.
Yeah, and he could have also done like a double face off right now. Oh, there's another the world.
And we're also not walking by.
He just might catch up here.
It's possible. He doesn't have the white to play it, though, at the moment.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Draw 2.
Yeah, I drew that and
Okay,
this.
go for it.
What's your pay?
So Aaron knows that's Tempest.
I think he assumes.
Yeah. I mean, two Cerberus in play. One is in the discard pile.
Well, yeah. Sobel did confront there for a point.
Yeah, I think I'm screwed, but
What time
Okay, I want to draw.
panel end?
Alright, that does it too.
We start villain challenge at 1:30.
What if I...
Maybe. We probably won't need 2 people to run.
Senior deck. I don't remember.
After I've shed...
Well, that is a bait and switch he's thinking about right now, I believe. Yep.
Place my problem.
We're going to be here. Send us a time.
Did I shoot myself in the foot? No. Okay. Pay 2. Move. Confront.
yep.
Yeah, he goes for it in here.
And that's the game.
That was my other draw, and that was my hand.
I top decked
You know, I
that.
think that's called jaundice.
I pulled-
You probably want to get that looked at.
Drew this, top deck that, and that's just like, okay, well, I'll just play that
So
instead of
this is-
digging for. No. No.
1, 2,
No portals for
3,
Aaron.
4,
There's
5.
Party Crush.
Party Clasher would work, yeah.
I wanted a Selena because I just drew this and I can flicker that.
That's fair. Okay.
I could have got a maximum of
Too late. They need to fight.
I need to fight Bugle.
7.
Then fight me.
Bugle!
Bugle, your
Bugle!
match ended, right?
Fight me!
Okay.
No
sounds like
discords, no fancy pants.
But yeah, I think I would have maxed out at 6 points.
I've just been chilling here.
it's.
I'm probably gonna. Am I gonna lose this?
It sounds like Bugle was the winner of the other semifinal.
I don't know.
I have to party hard.
Yeah. He's also got a bunch of removal.
Yeah, I think with Buckball I may have gotten
Removal of
6
any
points
core deck,
max.
I think.
Yeah, but 6 points is not enough.
That's for sure.
Another. Oh, hey, there's the trash.
Top 8. No.
Oh, it wasn't trust in his hand that
Oh,
time.
it was
the
a
wind.
Kind of destroyed me.
limb actuator, yes.
Round 1 I played Sokol. Well, round 3? Yeah, it was round
But yeah, I think if he was a little bit luckier with his draws, he might have
Yeah,
even won
Tempest
this.
was near the
Like,
bottom.
Quite possible.
even though
But
it's 7 against 13, he has so much point acceleration that Ara can't stop.
Yeah.
Your opening hand was ridiculous. If that other Tempest hadn't been replaced, that was
Right.
gonna
No,
get out of
he was
control.
smart because
No,
we've
I
been
know
playing.
what this does. I'm looking at that and going,
But no, that's
not allowed.
there has been a game where I got like I think I got
He
14
got-
points just off of that.
Yeah, he's sitting here just going back and forth, just flipping Solano.
Alright,
And you
let's
can't
swap
really-
out.
No, you can't defend against it short of just replacing the problem out from under Solano.
If it's
Or
already flipped.
Tempest.
Because you can't do much with face down
Yeah, but
troublemakers.
I want a card that does something to a face-down troublemaker.
Well, if this actually became a thing, then maybe.
It would still be a nice card to have, just to have some interaction.
All cards.
This.
Banish all cards.
Dismiss all face down cards.
All cards in all zones.
Really?
No,
I
dismiss
think
all
Sokol's
face down
deck is
cards.
No,
pretty cool.
that was.
It didn't say face down.
Yeah, totally. I
That was a little bit.
completely appreciate seeing something like that. Something so creative like that.
Because I've also been using
Like,
rarity.
Yeah.
discard
And it, you know what? It
pile.
doesn't hit.
Your problem.
It doesn't hit face down.
Yes,
Pro-
it does.
troublemaker. No, it doesn't hit face down.
No, it
Troublemaker.
says that. No, the word
All
is,
cards.
if you refer
It would.
to a
Oh,
troublemaker,
is it
if
Beagle
you refer to
against
troublemakers,
Cut?
it does not refer to
Erica
face down
now.
troublemaker.
I believe that is going to be our final.
Obtuse about this.
Two cards.
Well, we've seen BRB all day, I suppose.
Let's play Skystar Chicken.
Yep.
We did that.
And anybody who predicted a Skystar winning core, it would appear that you were correct.
Yeah,
Especially against
Oh, that's
him.
fine.
no matter the outcome of this game.
Rarity playing pirate has been good to me as well.
Is there white nonsense in here?
Yeah, I did not see it.
So it's certainly in a more sort of drawn out, or however this game turns out to go.
We're playing Skystar.
Aura has a lot of colors to deny in this game, at least.
But the thing is, Ara can't do much against Singing Barrel. All he has is rest on pieces, and that's one card. But Bugle has 3 Singing Barrels in
playing
his,
aggro. I can tell by your
in his deck, and he can get them with Torch
I'm
Songs.
clearly playing aggro. I've got no game.
Indeed. Yeah, the only entry
It's an
he can
aggro.
actually really deal with is the Changeling Citizens if
Right.
Bugle decides to do that. But,
Yep.
Yeah. The interesting thing about Bugle's deck is I imagine his games are probably rather different depending on what cards he draws in his opening hand. Just because there are so many different directions this deck
Yeah.
can go in.
Yeah, that's true.
No troublemakers at all. I'm just never gonna play Cracking the Haze the entire tournament.
No.
This entire tournament. That's the,
You could have played it against me.
I never drew it again.
Yeah, you did. You discarded it.
Oh, you know what? I'd
You
like
have
to
like
not.
2 minutes until.
I'd like to
you
not
start
Gen
playing.
Con myself.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Bugle has also Sopranos, which is pretty good against BRB.
I'm
He
just
just
making sure there's no white in here.
like
It's not.
There's no white in here.
I mean, I can turn
discard some of the
white.
You can turn Skystar.
removal, like portals or party
Turn
clashers.
yellow and white.
Yeah, to pluck out some of the portals or the belly flops or the party clashers or any of those cards that stay in the hand and are annoying, basically.
You're not running trading traditions as your first problem, so that doesn't
Of course
matter.
not. Because I want to play Skystar Chicken.
Oh, and the 2 Zakoras. Right. That's very important.
I didn't do it last week.
Though it does not turn on your. It does not turn on most of your stuff. I'm hungry.
My first deck I pulled a Tempest.
Nice.
The memes are real.
The
So see, Crazy Bugle's deck actually made it to
It's
top
just
2.
fun.
Yeah.
Did his deck get to do the thing on stream?
It did a little
Oh,
bit. I
yeah.
nice.
Good job.
I borrowed one of his.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Everyone's happy.
So,
Not me. I'm still
Give me the
tilted.
deck list, because you guys.
Yeah.
so now what relevant things in the third pack?
I don't know. I don't know what could be relevant and also in that pack.
Seleno.
Another Tempest.
Seleno.
I don't think anybody chose to get a different pack.
Twilight Tempest.
I have Tempest.
It's still Tempest. Ready? That's your starting problem.
Yeah.
Let's play Skystar Chicken.
That's less Skystar
Your
Chicken.
time to
It is
start.
less Skystar Chicken, but it means that you can't Skystar Chicken in return.
I don't get those right. That's not how this works. Even or odd.
I'm. Oh yes. Odd.
No, that's bad.
Chicken of the sea.
What? That's not how.
The
That was
sound effects are real.
yeah.
Uh,
I almost feel like I'm playing Hearthstone.
Okay.
we need a soundboard for these clearly.
Okay, I guess.
Are you keeping?
Yeah. talk about shells.
Have you accepted shells in your life?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Game two.
Point go.
Right?
What did you name Bugle?
Oh, white.
Yep. White. Aura gets started real fast.
We'll be fine.
Those
Okay.
points.
Incoming soprano? No? Alright.
Bugle just passes. So the question is, do you think this is going to look like an aggro versus aggro game or a control versus control game?
I think Bugle will take more controller side, maybe. I'm not sure.
Here's the Zakora you're going to discard. I'm just going to put that over there.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Because it's the only obvious choice.
Yeah.
I have a handful of purple. The Zakora is going bye-bye.
Yeah, Sakura gets you Nemo and Dancer, which gets you into the rest of this stuff.
Yeah.
A
Zakora's
single parry punch.
That's actually problematic. Seeing all that purple in Aura's hand.
Ah!
He might still draw something. He has
confront.
motivational speeches,
Face off.
Twilights, Zikoros. Well, one
Very
Zikoro.
sad to see that go.
Yeah, his draw off of the Soprano was a Tempest and Grubber, which is not what he wanted.
Actually, remove this for once.
Not sure what he flipped there.
That's fun.
Good card.
I didn't see. I believe it was a Luna's Future. It looked shiny.
I'm assuming you're done.
Okay, no, I'm not.
Draw.
Flippers are huge.
Aura's at 1, 2, 3, 4 points now off of that face off.
Yep. Good thing Bugle got that right out before the Trading Traditions replaced.
Indeed.
He has Changeling Citizens though.
Which is all fine, given Aura's hand. Still no purple entry. That is a real shame.
No reason to be doing it right now. Go.
Okay. Aruka just passes.
His points on that scorecard.
This is his. Yes.
Is it 4?
You're right. I forgot about the face off point. Up to 6. Okay.
Well, certainly with Bugle knows that Aura has essentially nothing to do with his hand. He can certainly try to take a control-ish approach and just knock out any purple entry that Aura happens to get his hands on.
Yeah, it'd be nice if he had Singing Barrel though. He could just check on Aruka's hand once in a while.
How are you at 6?
6 AT? I gained 3 last turn and 3 this turn.
Oh, did you each pass?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You want to pass for another 9 turns, then I'll fire my combo?
It
I've got my combo in hand. You can see.
seems that we have Grandpa is acting as our secondary rules judge. So that's good for us. Or perhaps he's probably the primary rules judge and we're the secondaries.
Yep.
3.
What's your problem?
Okay, he
Okay,
replaces
switch.
It's a Secret to Everybody. And
Gets
there's
the
another.
same problem again.
Okay.
Well, he knows he won't see that one again for a little while, if nothing else.
Yep.
You don't have the rec for that.
You're right. Wait, I would have made the shells.
Okay.
I was thinking she was flipped. She's not flipped.
Winning me a deck.
Let's pretend we did that in the right
Yeah,
order.
yeah, sure, fine.
That's the wrong seashell token. Both of those are the wrong seashell tokens.
Fine, I'll turn them over.
Oh, what?
They're double-sided. It's great.
Oh, wait, what did you do here? It's just
Whatever.
Oh,
Play.
okay.
I'll score.
Alright.
Presumably,
Okay,
you're
first
not
point
going to
for
banish
Beagle.
two Zakoras.
Belly flop.
Pass.
Maybe I've got a belly flop.
And this is true. You could belly flop.
Yeah. Tokens.
In fact, I know you have a belly flop. I saw the belly flop.
Okay, there's another bait and switch.
I don't think you care.
Yeah, he's got things to do in pink, but
What
still.
I'm gonna do? Oh, I like my seashell.
Look,
Seriously,
You know what I'm gonna do?
worst Sheldon.
Hey.
fine. You happy now? No.
You should still have a seashell there, Bugle. Yes.
Judge.
There it is.
Pay 1 less to 2, replace 0.
Yep.
Alrighty.
It's getting replaced.
I like my prototype ones. The matte finish. The colors are bad, but I like the matte finish.
Tough calls. Pretty good for Bugle. He gets to more draws to get into his singing bells, perhaps.
Well, best of call has bonus 1 or 2. I can't quite see.
Tough call. Let me take a quick look.
I think it's 1. I mean,
Tough call is bonus 2.
oh, then
I have not confronted yet. Now I confront.
Okay. You done?
okay. Arakat is at 5 points. Yeah, he has lots of purple and no way to get into it.
Something of a slow start for both these decks, honestly. Although, to be fair, I didn't see much of Bugles. I'm not entirely certain how it plays.
Well, you'll see a bit more now.
At that. Yes, I don't. Okay. Freaking place it to freaking somewhere.
Seems like they're both kinda unlucky with the entry. I mean, Beagle has changed like citizens, but doesn't have any barrels.
Yeah, he knows that changing citizens would get belly flopped right away if he tried to play it as entry.
Could lose my white though. Honestly, surprised I haven't yet, since I know he has the belly flop.
Slow rolling it.
You're waiting for the berry punch horn swirl. Sure.
Well, he already has berry punch in Dorm, so
It's true.
You are not allowed to call
Pass.
slow rolling.
Okay, fine. That's fair.
Arakat might want to get rid of that white
That helps.
from Beagle.
It's possible, yeah. Since he has the berry punch and the belly flop, he can get rid of both soprano and bait and switch.
Unfortunately, the only color that Beagle is not playing is purple, so Arakat can't get purple that way.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate, actually.
Still no entry, I suppose.
Yeah, that was a portal there, and still nothing to do.
That's quite interesting because he has like 7 more entry cards in his deck.
Oh, no, there's a speech in his hand.
Oh, yeah, there's speech. And there isn't much Beagle can do about speech. He has friends are always there, and I think that's it. Let me look it up quickly.
Decisions.
Fair enough.
Terrible decisions.
Yeah, I think that's the only resource removal he has. Friends are always there.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
And for that he needs a singing barrel.
That's cheaper. I forgot about that. That's important. That doesn't help. Oh. Stupid here. I'm being very stupid. Yeah, just don't do that. Motivational speech.
Okay, there's motivational speech.
Moon Dancer.
Nah.
Oh, what are you putting on top?
Soprano.
Soprano.
Okay.
Yep, does
Remove
get
support.
rid of the white.
No,
No,
no.
you must go over there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Confront?
Yes.
He's now at 6
Well,
points.
Yeah, after a fashion, this kind of feels like control versus control, but Bugle's deck is, yeah, now it's Bugle who is kind of missing it out on his entry. Well, he's always been missing on his entry, but now it's a real
Gave
problem.
me a bad time.
Revealing cards from outside the game.
Judge?
That's all of us just like collectively face palm.
Yes. No, I'm doing good here.
The worst weekend.
Yeah, now that
I don't
Arakat
know, maybe like
has purple and Bugle can't
Go
do
on.
much about
Go.
it. And Arakat knows
Reasons.
that he can do much
Whatever.
about motivational speech.
Yeah, Bugle just discards down his changeling citizens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he has more of them.
Where's the surprise jerk face?
Yeah, where is the surprise jerk face? That would be real handy right about
Mhm.
My deck.
Ara does need to be aware of main 6 party hard at least. If Bugle draws into some way of getting into his orange,
Flip it, you'll find.
he would probably play that right away.
Yeah, that's true. He basically needs a singing barrel or torch song to find singing barrel.
Mhm.
I think. I don't actually know.
Ara might go for a double face-off here to get that bonus too.
Yeah, he does have that possibility. Just trying to close out the game before Bugle can get any of his answers.
Actually, that was cheap. Can I? Oh yeah, no, I don't want to do that. That's bad. I'm gonna keep those.
Hi there. What are you looking for? Not here.
No. The copper gem is not here.
Ara wants to put down Moondancer, I suppose.
Yep.
I wonder why he doesn't play cover to cover, like he can just play it for 180 and get that 180 back.
Puts more things on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw cover to cover in his.
Well, he's going to play the aggro game.
You get 4 points.
I wanted that.
Okay, so Arrow is now at 10 and Bugle is at 1.
Yeah, that is totally correct.
That happens after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I think I saw.
And with... Sorry?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, with another 2 bonus problem on the board, Ara's now not... He can't win with another DFO, but he's very close to winning this game now.
Yeah, but I see singing barrel in Bugle's
No, this is 2.
hand.
So I'm definitely paying.
And he has a PFF as well, and plenty of AT.
Does he have Petty Heart?
I believe I did see one, which means he's probably going to be searching up main 6.
Yep, there's PFF.
And you guess the name of the card.
Incoming.
Yep, incoming main 6.
Any responses?
Well, unfortunately, I can't get your soprano into my hand, so
Okay. I'll pay 5.
steal everything.
Yes.
Did you pay the 2 for PFF?
Yes, I did.
Me on the rec for it.
Any responses?
Nope. You got 4 things.
Orange.
And there it is.
Discard everything.
How many cards in hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
Here's 4 things.
That's 4, 5, 6, 7. Sounds fine. Yes. Let's discard 7 cards.
Okay.
Yes,
I wonder if
don't-
it's going to be the turning
Important.
point for Arakat and
Turns out
if
it didn't have
Bugle is
Billy
going
Clock
to
in
catch up.
Oh, I could have sworn you did.
We'll see. He does have 9 points to make up.
Yeah, but he draws many cards, he can... Too bad he didn't have bodyguards at this point.
That would have been quite nice.
And he has them now in his hand.
Everything he had was a taunt.
Okay. That's right, yes. This is 7 new cards.
Yes.
Those. Yeah. Okay.
I think he should go for a DFO here, if he can. I don't think he can, but
Tempest showed up where it shouldn't have been. I have to check.
How much? He has 3 AT left over by the looks of it?
I think it's 380 and
Least I
he
got a
needs
nap.
You did get an app,
2 more
which
on
is unfortunate.
Trouble with
but
Trixie, I believe,
not
or
much to
1
do
more.
about that. I should have played it over there.
He needs 1 more there.
Because I didn't consider the fact that I can do this. And I absolutely should.
I see friends are always there.
I see your discard real quick.
He might as well just...
That's a bit unfortunate. Well, we're not scoring a point this turn. Yellow. Dismiss.
And there goes the purple.
Yep, so Ara has to fish up more purple. But on the other hand, he discarded a lot of purple cards, so he might just have pinks now. Like more belly flops, more belly punches.
Beagle does have another main 6 in hand. And another party card, actually. So he can just, if Ara starts getting anything working again, he will just probably
I think if
reset
Ara
him again.
starts... Well, your setting is quite costly, like, I think if Beagle does that once again, he won't be able to catch up
Yeah, 3.
on points. Like, the difference in points is 9 now, and I don't... Beagle doesn't have any point acceleration.
Point here might have
He does have a Night Glider in hand right now, actually.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Card.
Okay, one lonely card for Ara.
It's a good card. Is it a stick?
No.
No.
No, it's not the stick.
Here. The stick really would not help right now.
Fair enough.
Can't quite see what he drew there.
Let's drop it.
Beagle did leave his singing barrel in play, so well,
Yeah.
all of Ara's resource removals in purple, but that would be essentially what he wanted.
Still.
I saw a stick there.
Him reacting can be bluffing. Anything else?
You're putting way more faith in my ability to
You
play
played
poker.
Secret Hitler with him.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is fine.
I am very bad.
This is fine.
At this.
Play. I'm down 9 points. I need you to play.
Okay,
Did draw
there's
the
the
staff.
Okay.
Now Ara can confront with this, but I don't believe he should.
To try to hit me.
Can he?
Yeah.
He needs 7,
You also flip 2.
and
Scare me in 6.
I think it's 7 for...
Oh, you're right. If he wants to confront that, yes.
Yeah, but he can't confront Trouble with Trixie because he doesn't have purple.
Yeah, that's correct. I was just going to say he really doesn't want to break Bugle into the 5 AT tier,
Oh, play a party hard.
if possible.
Not a terrible option, I must admit, but it's fine.
No, what's terrible is we're going to rally. Confront.
Did he play
He just
another item?
played, I believe that's a berry punch with no target.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's your hand. Not
Yeah.
Hey.
Two titans battling it out.
Yeah. This is the final.
yeah, that stuff was a pretty good draw there. Because Bugle can't really get rid of it.
I can just do this. Okay. Move. No.
Oh, there's purple.
Move Skystar.
Fair enough.
He is going to be looking for a face-off?
Yeah, looks like it.
Maintaining game state. Blah, 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 blah. Confront.
Yep.
11 and 12? Yes.
Cards. Point.
Up to 12.
Alright. Let's see what the bounty reveals. Up.
Oh,
Well,
entrance,
that's-
thanks.
I
I mean, it's not very useful in this situation because he kinda
Very
needs
done.
his main
happy
to
see
confront.
that. Yes.
But it is at least a relatively low problem.
Yep.
I mean, it is still a purple problem, which is probably the unfortunate part for him.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. All right.
2. Move.
Yep.
Well, he might go for a double face off with Night Glider now. In hopes that Ara doesn't have belly flops.
Yeah.
One. Play
Play.
again.
Blue.
There's Sorin.
Into
I
blue.
assume.
Yes.
I imagine, yeah, it must be Night Glider that he's shooting
Night
for.
Glider or Sorin? Like, he has 318.
1.
Night Glider and Soren, probably.
Yeah.
I only have to carry one out.
Interesting. Okay.
He would probably. I mean, he has Berry Punch and Orange Swirl as the easy retire. PFF could go as well.
No, that's fair.
And that should be enough for confronting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Confront.
Yep. Eat.
Draw a card. Eat and eat.
Very well. Yep.
4,
Face off. But I'm going to lose horribly. You got
5,
it.
6, 7, 8.
Just like that, Bugle is definitely back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's handy.
But there is a problem that Aura can confront with just his main.
You're out of tokens, aren't you?
Yes,
You're dead. You're just dead.
Yeah, I lose. You don't confront.
Mhm.
You got it.
There you go.
Yeah, good game.
Yay!
That's core.
That's core for you. Burb comes out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, he says.
Yay, Burb!
More sound effects on our side.
Yeah. Yep. Aura came prepared, clearly.
Congratulations.
But I would say it was a pretty close game. Like, if Era got like another purple problem,
I did not expect to make top
I'm not
2
sure
with
if he had any other purple
To
problems.
make top 8 with this.
Probably not. But still, like, searching high and low just wins them the
Oh,
game
yeah.
right away.
Switching high and low is just perfect for him.
Still would have won because you got the stick.
Sorry, not who were you against? Eagle, who were you against? Rayless?
Yes.
So yeah, it was quite lucky of Era to draw
you
the stick
flipping this.
and then
Well,
get searching
we
high and
went to
low.
13.
I'm sitting there just
Pretty
looking
much,
at my
yeah.
deck at the start going,
I was at-
Without that stick, he wouldn't have
I don't like the fact
had much of a chance.
there's a searching high and low somewhere in my
Stuff out of the way.
What?
Yeah, because if I could have flipped this instead,
Well, I also don't know.
8.
Do I don't know what I drew either. So that was.
And Bugle certainly had a chance there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we saw him score, how many, like 6 points off of that face-off?
Yeah,
That was...
he could have just repeated it again next turn. Like,
No, I still
move
could
my
not have
glider
won
again,
8. So I think you still had
move main 6 again. That's
you
for
might have been
18.
able to pull something
That was some
off.
crazy.
Well, that depends on the problems he gets.
Yeah.
Your DFO the turn before I could combo off was a problem. I was 1 AT short that turn. And I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah,
Well, good game.
it was an interesting game that, like, in the beginning it was pretty controlish,
Sorry, which way? This way?
and then in the end it became a race
Camera's oriented this way.
when
Yeah, after
After
Aura
the-
got...
Patty Hard and main
You want to
6.
twist.
No, I don't. Want
Yeah, after he got enough of a point lead where Aura realized he could just kind of run to the victory, then well, as you say, it became a race.
I didn't even know they made a promo with Thunderlane.
We didn't either until.
No, but I think you're right. I think I'm.
These
kind
are.
of-
You are kind of obligated.
These are the promos.
How
Yep.
Many, how many?
I believe they will be drafting these, probably.
How many are people entitled to?
So was Sokol top 4? Yeah, Sokol top 4.
Yeah.
We have 19. Are we giving them all to top 8?
No. So the way this works is that whoever gets first gets to pick one.
When we go down.
You know, Era has already a free Luna's
Right,
Future
and then
promo. I saw him play it.
Picking this West. Yeah,
Oh, they were giving those out at cons last year.
picking this West.
A promo food fight.
Yes.
Factory Jack is another super common one. I believe I have like 9 promos of that
Okay.
from cons
So
last year.
me too, because I have like half of the art for this.
Pick one.
Aura takes the Thunder Lane.
You didn't know about that?
I did not know
Also,
about
don't
this.
lean on the cards.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Quit smushing Fluttershy's face. She
Is
doesn't-
that an easy to get one?
I have no idea where you get that from. Okay, so the things that I know are easy to get. Sisterhood. I think the
Yeah, definitely wrong.
Glass of water.
Yeah. Snow Dash,
seen that
Rarity.
Snow dash.
This one.
Yeah, that rarity is very common. Even I have it. The blue-white rarity.
the high tier things are.
If it were my choice,
Definitely not
jeez,
thinking. Despite.
I probably would take that food fight up at the top.
No.
It's such a good one, though. I would probably either go for food fight or.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Grandpa's agrees with you, I suppose.
Soko would also, just given what he's running,
Pink is also a nice choice because it's
I'm
quite
very tempted
nice
to go
pink
for
entry,
in the treetops.
and I don't think we've seen that promo before. At least I haven't
That's
seen
true
it.
as well. Yeah. Oh no, I've never seen that one either.
So Food Fight Thunderlane was Pinky's present.
I can barely fit 2 of those.
no, we already did.
Why is Flutter Holly listed here? I have
Like 1,000.
1,000 of those. Flutter Holly's not rare.
No, look, we sorted this. These are the easier to get ones, those are the annoying ones. Like, no one's ever seen
The
those,
Changeling can change.
We've seen this one advertised,
but we've
we
never
just-
had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Night Diver's not here. Pinkie Pie
Why
is
aren't
here.
these in...
What was the promo for
Yeah,
Defender's
this one- this
pre-release?
one really
I
easy
don't
to
quite
get?
remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Defender's pre-release?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Snow Dash? No, that
Was there a
doesn't...
promo? Like we had
Uh,
Tempest this time?
Jeez, I imagine there was. I didn't actually go to that one.
Oh, and
There
I
are-
didn't have money for the pre-release kit at that time.
There are
Because
unsleeved...
Food
I was
Fight
like
just isn't
days
used
short.
very frequently anymore.
I was gonna say that I don't believe I've ever seen Snow Dash before,
unsleeved-
and
I said very.
I would appreciate seeing that actually. I do quite like that art.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe I won't use that deck anymore because someone.
I'm going to be the only person who uses music in the treetops, so I might as well take it because no one else is ever going to use this card. I maintain that deck